It amazes me that so many business owners do not understand how to fly for free, especially business class, how to stay in hotels for free by doing nothing other than managing the expenses, however big or small, in your company in the right way. I'm going to teach it to you right now and share with you how I fly for free pretty much everywhere. Firstly, if you're new to the channel, welcome. If you sell courses, coaching, consulting services, you are in the right place. My name is Penberthy. I'm the founder of a marketing education company called adclients.com, and we help people like you sell more of your stuff online. I'm pleased you're here. We're doing a slightly different video today. We're usually talking about traffic strategies and funnels and messaging and sales, but I've been having more and more conversations with my private clients that their eyes just pop out of their head when we talk about this specific topic, like it's brand new information. And to me, it's just one of those things that I've been doing for so many years. I just assume that other business owners are doing the same thing. Whether you have gotten your business now to just a little bit of success or whether you're very, very successful, either way, there's something you should be doing with the expenses in your company that will compound over time and allow you to pretty much just fly around the world completely for free. On the surface, when I say it, it's going to sound simple, but there are some subtle nuances that you need to be aware of, and we'll get into that as well. Let me first take you back. Before I understood this concept, I used to spend every company expense, which is, paid ads, right? YouTube and, Facebook ads, office rent, like things like this would always go through on a debit card. I would just pay it straight out of our banking account or a checking account in the US. And I didn't know what I didn't know, which was that I'm gaining no extra points. I am not leveraging that spend in any way. And it wasn't until a friend of mine, in fact, a business partner at that point, Jibril Agoro, still a great friend of mine, he told me about putting all of our company expenses on a credit card. And if we put it on a credit card, we can collect points. And those points we can obviously use for rewards. Now, there are some rewards that are better than others, and I'm going to share with you how to maximize this in just a second. But just by collecting points, I'm spending the same amount as I would have through the company so that I lower my tax bill. But now I'm also collecting these points, and they rack up really fast. We spend over $100,000 a month on paid ads and other stuff at my company. And you get a point per pound or a point per dollar every time you spend. So I, at this point, have accumulated well over 3.5 million points. I still have about 2.7 million in my account. You can see it popping up here on the screen. These are points unspent yet. And I already fly around for free and stay at hotels for free, yet I still have 2.7. I have more points than I can spend. And it takes time. It takes time to build that up, but you may as well start today. So let's start here. People ask me, John, what credit card do you have that gives the best rewards? I use an American Express Platinum card. I don't think that's necessarily the best one. There are lots of other credit cards that you could go for. I didn't really do a great deal of research. I just went for the top, shiniest card at American Express and stuck with it. The Platinum card gives you other benefits like travel insurance and things like that. And there's a couple other perks as well. But you're essentially going to get 1 point for every pound that I spend on that Platinum card. If you're in the US, you might be better off getting an American Express Gold card because you can choose a category that will give you double points. So you could be getting 2 points for every dollar, and you could choose a category like advertising so that all of your advertising goes through there, getting double points on that. Unfortunately, that isn't the case in the UK. So that's the card that I have. Again, not necessarily the best one, it's just the one that I use. Now, before I talk about how to best use your points, let's talk about how not to use your points. Do not go to the American Express reward page and look at how they're offering to use your points. You could get a flat screen TV and they're going to charge you 250,000 points for that or something similar. That's not a good use of your points. You can get a much higher value per point by spending it in other ways. So don't go for what they're offering you. Don't get Amazon gift cards. That's not going to give you the best return. What's going to give you the best return are flights and hotels. And there's two very specific ways that you can do this. You can go and look at the different airlines that are partners with American Express, meaning you can transfer your Amex points to any of these airlines and the transfer is equal. So one American Express point would be equal to one Virgin Atlantic point, for example. So I can be moving those across to an airline that has a flight that I want. Now there's two things, as I mentioned, that you want to keep in mind. One is you can use entirely points to book a flight. Now you can fly business class over the Atlantic for about 100 to 140,000 points, something like that, which is a pretty good value per point, where a business class Atlantic flight is oftentimes going to cost you £4,000 to £5,000. So that's one way to do it, is to just use points entirely and book the entire flight. Second way that you can do it, and something to keep in mind, and just have a look and see which one is giving you the best value per point, is that you can book an economy flight and you can use points to upgrade to business. And again, if you look at the price of economy versus the price of going to business and just booking economy, using your points to upgrade yourself to business, you'll often find that will give you a better value per point. However, you've obviously got to front the cost of economy. So weigh that up for yourself. So that's flights. And then the other use for points that gives you a good return is staying in hotels. Again, American Express are going to have partner hotel chains that you can spend those points with, and you're going to want to transfer those points over to the hotel and then use those points for your stay. I do want to say one more thing on what not to spend your points on. You'll often go to a website and you'll be paying for something, and you'll type in your American Express card details to make a payment. I'm not talking about using points now, just making a payment on your credit card. And sometimes a window will pop up and American Express will say, hey, would you like to use some of your points to pay for this instead? That window, when that pops up, gives you a terrible value per point. So always discard that and pay for that thing as you intended to, collect the points from that payment and spend those points elsewhere. Anyway, there is so much more that I could say on this, but we're limited for time in these YouTube videos. We've had big old discussions about this at our client mastermind sessions, and perhaps I'll add some other stuff to videos moving forward. But if you've enjoyed this, if it's given you some food for thought, and you got some tips from this, then join our family. Hit the subscribe button on this channel. Look out for my future videos. And unrelated to this, if you want help from me and my team to help grow your course or coaching business, then don't hesitate to come check us out, adclients.com. We've got a bunch of free training and resources that I think will help. So I'll see you there. I'll see you back on the channel, and I'll see you soon.